You've been castrated your whole life since childhood. I've just analyzed my childhood, and I realized how everything happened back then. We had a phrase like that, last letter of the alphabet. So, when there was a question about who would be willing, who wanted something, and someone would shout me, they were told, sit back down, I'm the last letter of the alphabet. They hammered down initiative, cutting it off at the root. Or even worse, it was there I was the head of the dick. They would say things like that to those who would shout out, like they were seen as, what are you, a show-off? You shouldn't be jumping out there. You shouldn't be showing any initiative. And the scariest part for me was that all of this carried over into adult life, when you're already 20, 25, 30 years old. What happened to me was the scariest part, that all of this carried over into adult life. When you're already 20, 25, 30 years old, but you lack the initiative that's needed in life, because without initiative, nothing will happen. When you're already 20, 25, 30 years old, but you don't have that initiative that's needed in this life, because without initiative, nothing will happen. You'll work your whole life. In a factory, you'll work your whole life, somewhere on a construction site, and nothing will come of it. Did they cut that initiative off at the root for you? This initiative, and until you reignite it within yourself, till you can rekindle it inside you. If you don't have that fire of initiative, you won't get anywhere from the factory. How do you reignite that fire? Initiative. How? You get it back. This castrated initiative. You need to set your intentions. You need to set your intentions to live well. But how do you set your intentions? Live well. You should get tired of living poorly. So situations need to start happening. Do you have to throw yourself into those situations where will life itself scream at you? Enough. Enough of living poorly. Enough of living in poverty. Enough. Just take something, start doing it, get a grip, and begin. Throw yourself into situations like that. What kind of situations could those be? There can be a huge number of such situations. The simplest thing is with women. Have you read the book Martin Eden? It's a legendary book where a guy falls in love with a woman, but she rejects him. And after that, he works really hard on himself and becomes a writer, a millionaire, and incredibly wealthy. And that woman came running to him herself. This is a classic, it's world classic literature. Here's a simple example. Set your intentions, you have to confront your weaknesses, turn that poverty, that sense of inadequacy around. So, in order for this to motivate you, climb out of that mess. You have to turn it around like that. So ignite that fire within you so that you can't sleep until you've done a certain amount of work for the day, a huge amount of work, so that you can't fall asleep, so that your conscience torments you until you accomplish some kind of plan for your day. Until you finish, it's not just that you won't go to bed, you won't even touch your pillow at all. A certain amount of work for the day, a huge amount of work so that you can't sleep, so that your conscience torments you until you accomplish some kind of plan for your day. Until you finish, it's not just that you won't go to sleep, you won't even touch your pillow at all. You won't even step into the room, into the bedroom, because you haven't finished the day yet, you haven't completed your plan. That's the only way to win. It's the only way to get back this initiative. Initiative is born where intention is born. And intention is born where you get tired of living a poor, boring, terrible,